Sweeps are always good, but they're a little better when they come against one of your rivals on the eve of the postseason. I'm Alex Heinert. This is North Dakota Hockey Central, and it is great to have you with us for another half hour inside the nation's top college hockey program. Coming up, we will hear from head coach Brad Berry on UND's takedown of Denver and go back inside the penalty box with an all-conference defenseman. But first, here's the latest installment of the award-winning web series, Through These Doors.
Through These Doors is presented by Gate City Bank.
Yeah, no, he's like I said, he's a competitive guy on the ice and even playing ping pong. He's probably one of the top 3 players that we have here in ping pong. It's due to his competitive nature. And, you know, I know he's hurting a little bit inside with the NFL, being a New York Jets fan, and he wants them to win desperately too. So you can tell that he's a competitive young man.
Shane Pinto is a fiery competitor, and he attributes that part of his nature to his upbringing.
Growing up, I was always competing against my sister and also my dad. I think, you know, me and my dad played a lot of video games together. He always used to beat me, and I always got fired up through stuff whenever he beat me. Also with my sister, she was always the better athlete, and, you know, she was faster than me, stronger than me, so I always had that little bit of edge where I just wanted to beat her and everything. And I think that's, you know, that hasn't stopped, you know, even in ping pong, I always want to win. But yeah, I think that competitiveness just came from kind of my family nature. And
the communication he brings into the face-off circle is a key component of the dynamic he has with his teammates.
He's always just calling out the play, like what we're going to be doing. And like, if someone doesn't know what to do, then they can just ask him and he'll let you know what to do on the draw. And it's led to a lot of success in the offensive zone.
We all obviously have all our set plays, and I think it's extremely important to communicate with Shane before the draw, just because he's the best center in the nation. So I think there's a good chance we're going to be able to execute that face-off and hopefully get a good scoring chance out of it. So we got to make sure we call up that play and be ready.
I think that's a big deal. You know, when you see him talk to Reese Gaber and Brendan Booty, Griffin Ness, even the defensemen, Jake Sanderson, Tyler Clev, and Cooper Moore, those type of guys that are first-year players. And again, it was a few months ago he was that, and now he's trying to help those guys. I think that's great. That's how you add to the tradition and have sustainability of success on giving past experiences and stories about how to be part of the North Dakota culture here.
Off the ice, the bond he has formed with his class is something he aims to carry forward beyond UND.
Last year we were, freshmen, so, you don't know too much about the guy, but as you kind of live life with them each and every day and go through the same experiences, you become best friends, and, I consider them all a couple of my closest friends, so.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Our class is really tight-knit. We got 5 great guys, and we're all just like brothers. Over the last 2 years, we've really bonded together and had a lot of good memories together, and just can't wait for many more to come.
At the end of the day, family is what drives him in a virtual and non-virtual sense.
I think my family, really motivates me, to see how hard they work every day to just support me and my sister. I think that's probably the main motivator, is just trying keeping them proud and, just proving them right. I know they're such big supporters, so I just want to keep proving them right. I try not to pay attention to, Twitter too much during the season, because it could be a little negative place if you're losing, but to see him on there and, always supporting me. You know, he obviously means a ton to me too. I think, you know, just like my mom, he's done so much for me. He's actually coming this weekend to hopefully see a Penrose clinch, you know, knock on wood. But I'm excited to see him in the next couple of days.
Something I've really enjoyed and really tried to kind of take in as we've went along here. I think just getting to watch him every day on and off the ice has been pretty special, and the way he carries himself and just presents himself. Obviously, what he does out on the ice speaks for himself, but yeah, like I've said before, he's just a true pro, and he has a bright future ahead.
Coming in here next week, and you know we split with them this year so far, and we split with them both times last year. So it's gonna be another battle, and yeah, we got to get ready for that, and you know, take care of business and keep putting ourselves in a good spot for the Penne Rosa.
Good stuff. Thanks to Tyler Hasted, Chad O'Shea, Cassie Niles, and UND's entire Through These Doors team. Coming up, Brad Berry joins the show to break down another pair of wins for his squad and what they mean in the hunt for a second straight Penrose Cup. That's next. Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central. Time now to hear from the head coach of UND Hockey, Brad Berry, who joins us from inside Ralph Engelstad Arena. Brad, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you, Alex.
This past weekend was a big one in the context of the season. Denver was coming to town. The Penrose Cup race was heating up. But even with that pressure, your team once again stepped up Friday and Saturday to get the sweep and earn all 6 points.
Yeah, Alex, I thought our guys did a good job of, you know, playing in the Ralph here, finally back at the Ralph again here, but playing against a very good Denver team and finding a way to get a couple of wins out of the weekend here. It's always tough playing Denver, and it's always tough winning 2 in a row against that team, and our guys did a good job of nailing down the details to try to get those 2.
Friday's game was your first in 2 weeks. How long did you think it took for your team to get back to the sharpness that we had seen before the bye?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question, Alex. I think both nights, I think we started okay on Friday night, not as good on Saturday, but I felt as the game went on, we got better. And I think, you know, there are no excuses, but I do think we were a little bit rusty, you know, in the starts of both games. And, you know, we've been a traditional team of starting very fast and getting out of the blocks really, really quickly here. So probably a little bit of the layoff was to do with that, but also knowing that we're going to be playing each and every weekend, are excited about doing that down the road here.
I would imagine game 1 in this series wasn't an easy game to get up to speed in, as there was not much flow or 5-on-5 time, really from start to finish. Still, you had to be pleased with how your special teams handled both power play and penalty kill all nights and all weekends.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought Friday night it was more penalty filled on both behalves. On each team had to kill a lot on Friday night and not as much on Saturday. But you know, I thought our guys did a good job on the special team side of it. On Friday night, you know, we needed to you know, get goals any way we could, 5-on-5, power play, whatever, and we ended up getting a power play goal, which was huge. Penalty kill was outstanding. You know, we were called upon a lot on Friday night. The guys did a really good job of blocking shots, and obviously Adam Shield did a really good job of saving the first attempt or shot that was coming at him there. So it was really good. And then Saturday night, same thing. You know, I thought the specialty teams did a really good job of kind of finding a way to be make an impact in the series.
I would second that. 9 for 9 on the PK on the weekend for you. Friday's game saw Shane Pinto score twice again in a 3-0 win. Adam Shield got his 4th shutout of the year, but was injured in the final minute and did not dress Saturday. What can you tell us about his status?
Yeah, he's day-to-day, and you know, I firmly believe, you know, it's early here. We're going through the week, and I think you know, it's going to be a situation where he'll be available and ready to go on Friday night here. So again, it wasn't a significant injury. It was an injury, but it wasn't significant to the point where I don't think it'll be long-term. And you know, looking forward to him getting back in the net very soon here.
Good news there. Well, with Shield out Saturday, Peter Thome got his first start since mid-December, and he was ready for the call. What can you say about the poise of your senior goaltender?
Well, just just his demeanor. We always said it hasn't been the easiest for Peter here. We have two very good goaltenders that could have the net here, and Peter is in a situation where when he gets an opportunity, gets his number called, he answers the bell, and in order to have a great team, you have to have that. You have to have depth in every position. We feel we have that, and it's nice to see Peter get in there, have some success, and I know our guys, our staff, and our players were excited when he got that opportunity, and it only culminates, when you get a win and he gets in the net there. It was a really good feeling after the game for sure for him.
Yeah, Thome made 18 saves on Saturday, while Jasper Weatherby had 2 goals and an assist to pace the offense in a 5-2 win. Jasper has scored 5 times now in the last 4 games. How have you seen his game improve, especially of late?
Yeah, I would say a lot of things. His confidence, his assertiveness on the ice. He wants the puck. He commands it, and getting the puck in the offensive zone. He's a big body that has really good ability here, and having a chance to use it offensively is something that he did in juniors, and now it's coming out in college here. So we're excited about that, and just like we talk about the depth of the positions. When you have a lot of good forwards, and Jasper being one of them, hitting on all cylinders now, that's a really good thing.
Your sweep, combined with other results around the league, have you just 2 regulation wins away from clinching a 2nd straight Penrose Cup. Last year, you were able to win the title at home. What would it mean to do so again with 6 points against Omaha this coming weekend?
Well, yeah, obviously it would be a great accolade, and it's one of the boxes that we check here. We wanted to get home ice, we did that, and the next one is the Penrose, and each and every year that's one that we really want to check and try to attain, from a standpoint of a team perspective. But us is just not getting ahead of ourselves. We have a lot of things that we want to do, and we got to make sure that we do them on a nightly basis. Building our week of practice, getting into the weekend, and doing that. And then you mentioned 2 wins. Yeah, we realize that, but there's nothing more important than Friday night. And if Friday night goes the right way, then we'll take care of Saturday night. So again, it's that cliche, one game at a time mentality, and that's what our guys have been playing up to this year.
Yeah, cliche but true. Now Omaha, of course, will have something to say about that. You split with the Mavs 3 weeks ago. What stood out to you in that series that you can carry over to this weekend?
Yeah, it's a series where there was ebbs and flows of the game. Momentum shifts were at a high. Both back in Omaha in the pod, and then obviously when we went back to Omaha for those 2 games, where you got to try to build shifts, put shifts together, and try to gain momentum as long as you can. And you don't want to give them the momentum by maybe having to kill a few more penalties than we have to. Discipline's going to be a huge thing, and I thought we were better on Saturday night, and a situation where guys are excited. They can see the playoffs coming down the tunnel here as far as getting to play in postseason play, and we got to make sure that we remain grounded and steadfast in the things we have to do as far as our details and our habits.
UNO's penalty kill has been outstanding this year at 92%, although you cracked it once in your first meeting. What do they do on the PK that is so effective, and how do you break it down?
Yeah, well, they're pretty assertive. They're aggressive in zone. They're aggressive up ice. They block a lot of shots. They give their goaltender a chance to make that first save. A lot of similar things what we do on our penalty kill, and it's going to be a situation where we got to obviously move pucks quick and get opportunities to the net and get some traffic there. And it might not be pretty. It might not be. Hopefully, we can score a goal or 2 just off a direct shot, but it might be staying around in those areas for rebounds and just trying to find some greasy goals in front of the crease.
Yeah, that special teams battle should be fun to watch this weekend. We are excited to see it and this series unfold on home ice. Brad, thanks again for the time. Best of luck against UNO.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex. Look forward to seeing you back at the Ralph here soon.
Yeah, can't wait. Well, when North Dakota Hockey Central returns, we are talking Zoom login fails, D-Core superlatives, and off-ice hobbies in the virtual penalty box with Matt Kiersted. Welcome back. Senior defenseman Matt Kiersted has been a rock on the blue line for UND for a long time now. But how composed is he under the bright lights of the virtual penalty box? We're about to find out on the latest You Sit presented by Furniture for Less. Matt Kiersted, senior defenseman, welcome to the virtual penalty box.
Thank you. Good to be here.
One of the fun things about doing this virtually is that you're signed in via Zoom, just like I am, and your name right now is Matt Kiersted instead of Matt Kiersted. Is that intentional, or is that just a nickname on Zoom?
No, I got called out in class last week too, because I think when I signed up for Zoom, I spelled my name wrong or put 2 E's instead of an R, and I don't know how to go back in and fix it. So I guess I'm Matt Kiersted from here on out.
It's a good change. It's a good change.
Yeah.
Let's narrow it down to your decor right now and go through some decor superlatives for this year. Who of that group, Matt, do you think is the best skater overall?
Decor?
Decor.
That's
this year.
Jake Sanderson.
Yeah.
For sure. That he's smooth and he's fast.
Who's the best passer?
Passer?
Passer.
I'd probably say Jacob. I think, especially playing with him, just getting like D-to-D passes from him and stuff. Sometimes it, surprises me a little bit that he passed it over to me. But I think he's really good at that.
Who's got the hardest shot amongst your defensemen?
Clevin.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, he uses 105 flex stick, which is like I use an 80 flex stick, so like that's pretty far up from me. But he, his one-timers and slap shots are pretty heavy.
Who's got the worst fashion sense?
Reggie. Reggie for sure. He wears his Sask sweatshirts around. He calls them bunny hugs. I mean, I would say Reggie is he's up there for worst style on the team.
Did you say bunny hugs, by the way, is what he calls his sweaters?
Yeah, or bunny hug or a bunny snug or something. That's what he calls just like a sweatshirt, like a hoodie maybe. Okay. He calls it a bunny hug. I think it's a Sask thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's If Jason Hajdu was still around, we could ask him for confirmation on that. But.
Yeah, Haj knows for sure.
In your free time, what are some of the things you like to do? Biggest hobbies for Matt Kiersted?
Well, in the summer, I love to golf. Me and Kawaguchi worked at the country club, Grand Forks Country Club in town, and we got free golf out there, and we went probably 4 or 5 times a week. And so I love to golf, fish, just be on the lake. I also like hunting. Like in the fall, I love to hunt. A few of us go out bird hunting, duck and geese, and then went deer hunting a little bit, just about 20 minutes north of here this year.
Nice, cool. It's fun that you mentioned the golf and the fishing, because it feels like on the team, guys are usually in either one camp or the other. Either they like to fish and they're awful at golf, or they prefer the golfing and don't really like the outdoors.
It's funny to see some of the guys like fishing, like Gabe Bast. He's one of those guys that's a big golfer, but not really much of a fisherman. And to see those guys fishing is pretty funny. I mean, he says he still caught the biggest fish, bigger than Zach Jans, but I don't think it was very close.
Oh, Gabe. Poor Gabe. Well, yeah. In his dreams, maybe.
Yeah, in his dreams.
Awesome. Cool, Matt. Well, I appreciate the time, man. Thanks again. Best of luck for the rest of the season. Feel free to get out of the penalty box.
All right. Thank you.
Matt Kiersted. Out the door. You gotta love it. Matt was a second-team All-Conference selection a season ago. He is currently second in the nation in defenseman scoring, and he and his teammates could be lifting another trophy this weekend. We will preview UND's series with Omaha and look at the rest of the landscape in the NCHC after this. Let's see what's happening around the college hockey world now, beginning with this week's USCHO.com poll. The top 3 remain unchanged after Boston College, UND, and Minnesota State respectively swept UMass Lowell, Denver, and Alabama Huntsville. Meanwhile, Minnesota Duluth dropped 4 spots after going winless in Kalamazoo against Western Michigan, who is now receiving votes, by the way, while Omaha moved up to number 9 after their home sweep of Colorado College. With 3 weeks left in the regular season, the NCHC playoff picture is starting to take shape as the current top half have now guaranteed they will finish no worse than 4th in the final league table. Normally, that would mean home ice advantage in the conference quarterfinals, but remember, the entire NCHC postseason is taking place inside Ralph Engelstad Arena this year, so last line change and a slightly easier road to the semis will be the only added benefits. This week's NCHC schedule is on the lighter side with only 5 teams in action across 4 games. Colorado College heads east to make up 2 contests against UMD and St. Cloud State that were originally slated to take place during the NCHC pod, while North Dakota and Omaha will play the only series of the weekend in Grand Forks. There is much at stake in that Mavs Fighting Hawks series as UND can clinch at Penrose with a pair of wins, while a road sweep for UNO would put them level with their weekend hosts atop the league standings.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the back of our heads all through this week, but we know we got to take care of the job at hand first, and it's coming out on Friday night and winning that first game and taking it shift by shift and then moving on and getting into the second game. So yeah, like I said, it's in the back of our head, but we know we have a job to do on that first night.
UND, UNO, both games from Ralph Engelstad Arena will be live on MidcoSN with our coverage Friday beginning at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday at 6 p.m. We, of course, will recap this series next week on our next edition of North Dakota Hockey Central. Until then, on behalf of our MidcoSN crew, I'm Alex Heinert. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the Ralph.